Black Lives Matter. I think. Okay, well, I'll come from my personal perspective. I like organization. I like goals. Um, I like it to have a decisive intention. The problem with that is that the last couple of times that the African American community attempted to have a straightforward, unified movement, like I said, the leaders get murdered by the government, for that matter. Uh, and so it makes sense to me, especially in the social media age we live in, to disperse the movement in a way that doesn't allow for anyone to stop it. In the same way of, if it's in the back in the day, if it was Martin Luther King, you could just like turn your TV off. Now that that desire, at least, and not even, it's not even necessarily it doesn't need a goal, because the goal of it is just to be recognized as a people community, as a people, and to feel like your life is of worth. It's to go from a negative to at least a neutral. And so I don't understand how that's offensive. That's one thing that just, like, how can you look at something like that and be angry about it? Black Lives Matter. It doesn't mean it matters more than someone else's. It doesn't mean it's the only one that matters. It just means that it doesn't seem to matter. So can we recognize that we're humans and that we deserve the equal treatment that other people currently have? And you can take that all you want of the, I'm not white privileged, where's my white privilege at? These are people. We're people that feel like we're receiving mistreatment. And for you to be offended by just us asking for us to be treated on a neutral plane, it's almost outlandish for me to comprehend how you would find that offensive. And so now at least it's a thing that allows for, you can't be quieted. You can't tell the nation, the whole nation, and all those who use Twitter and Facebook and Instagram that they need to stop. In the same way, you can't kill all of them. In the same way I don't know if the government operates the same way that it used to, because it could just go about its merry way after shooting Martin Luther King in the head, and blame it on somebody else until they get tried and found guilty. But you can't do the same thing, but you can quiet those kinds of things down. You can say, well, this particular case has these particulars about it. It's not even about that anymore. It's about, like, our lives are important. And so if that statement alone frustrates you, you really probably should check your heart. And I think it must not be that bad of a statement, because Blue Lives Matter now as well, and All Lives Matter, which I think all of that's just a very sarcastic spit in the eye of something that's intended to empower people who don't feel like they've been given decent treatment. And so I'm not the type to get real angry about that kind of thing, but when you take something that's just meant to add worth to people who don't feel like they're being treated like they have it, and then to just flip it and act like, okay, we can play that game, but it's kind of sad and it's kind of sick. And the Blue Lives Matter doesn't make any sense. Like, y'all, you weren't born to it. I don't want to be offensive. I have a cop father-in-law, cop uncles, a cop cousin, love them all to death, fantastic men. But you weren't born in that uniform. Now, they obviously have value. They're the police. They have a job. They have families that care about them. You have value. When a cop gets shot, whoever committed said crime, they get locked up if they make it there, and they get locked up for a long time, and deservedly so. You should be killing them off, which is ridiculous. But your life is important. Your life's important. When a Freddie Gray dies, and I understand that's got some technicalities and all this and that, I got it. But when you see that guy get shot in Baton Rouge, if that's how you pronounce it, get shot in the chest on video, and Black Lives Matter. They need to, because that kind of thing is